Well, last episode we kept ourselves top of the league despite some off-the-pitch drama, but now we get back to the most important game of our season, this time out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Respected Jeff here, and I will waste no time. Champions League second leg against Manchester United. As promised, probably the most important game of our season, but a lot of action. We got the Champions League, 2 games in the league, and then we get to some international friendlies. You probably already saw in the thumbnail, there's some exciting news coming up there, but it will have to wait. We beat them 2-1 in the first leg, so it's ours for the taking at this point. And without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, here we go. This will be no easy feat. Manchester United, Paris FC, facing off in the second leg of the round of 16 draw between us. A lot of exciting games in the first leg. PSG Atletico 4-4, one of the more exciting ones. So we'll have to see whether our rivals come out or not, but it's up to us to get ourselves through to the next round here. Manchester United will not make it easy. We know that. The first leg was tough. They went down to 10 men early. Still were the better team on the night, and I think we were lucky to come away victorious in that one. But Elanga with a shot from distance, not too far off at all. Definitely proving to be a threat up top. 30 minutes in, not a lot of action for either team just yet, but Gaetan Lora eventually lures Declan Rice into a poor challenge. Deserved yellow card for that one, and on we go. Looking to turn the tides offensively a little bit, but it's been all Manchester United with the ball so far. Little give and go here with Felipe Anderson, and Paulinho lashed out again by Declan Rice, who foolishly picks up a second yellow card. It's going to be another red. Well, for the second game in a row, Manchester United are down to 10 men against us. Hopefully for us, that bodes well. They played well regardless last time, but like I said, we're already in pole position to take this, so on we go. Gaetan Lora dancing through the box. Can he open up the space to the back post? De Gea gets there, and still no goal. I think a goal would go a long way to really making us feel more relieved in this game, but Manchester United still game on. Elanga getting forwards, puts a ball into the box. Richarlison finishes! Well, against the odds here, they were down a goal, down a man. Not to mention down a man most of last game, but they are back on level terms. Manchester United just cannot be kept at bay. Richarlison, a force to be reckoned with in this career mode save. And just like that, we are back to square one. 2-2 the aggregate score going into the second 45 here, and we have to do something to step up and take the game into our own hands. Ilias Husni charging forwards. He's got the pace, plenty of men in the box to pick out, and he finds Gaetan Lora. Wan-Bissaka gets there and cuts it out. Great defending by Manchester United. Despite being a man down, you would not know it. Been a really finely balanced game. Ilias Husni cuts it back. Soumaré makes a mess of the finish. With time winding down in the second half here, we need some magic quick. Paulinho over the top for Lora, and again, cut out just about by Manchester United, headed back down. Veretout, Husni, got the man running in. Vinicius Tobias might just have a go himself. De Gea saves. And with 10 minutes left, it is all hands on deck, but we can't get anything going. It's going to extra time. Against the odds, Manchester United have seen this one through 180 minutes, most of that being a man down, and we just cannot find the back of the net. So we have half an hour left to put an end to things here. Elanga from distance, he has been outstanding. He obviously just scored the equalizer against Atletico in real life, so we know he's the man in the Champions League when the occasion calls for it. Felipe Anderson playing through. Gaetan Lora, return pass. It's all just a little bit off, isn't it? We've seen glimpses, but only 15 minutes remain, and we have to make our imprint on this game. We don't want this going to penalties, and we have to show what we have here. Bolosian coming on as a substitute. Little pass here inside from Manchester United, though, finds Elanga, who finishes! Oh no! Manchester United, despite being a man down, have still been on their A-game, passing around our defense. Lovely footwork, and the finish from that angle, absolutely incredible. Could Zidane have done better? I don't know, but fair play to Man U. That was really, really good attacking play here. Ismail Garbi now, limited time left on the pitch, and Husni, unbelievable save from David De Gea. and that is just gonna end this game. Well, completely on its head here. Manchester United 2, Paris FC 0. They beat us 3-2 on aggregate. That is heartbreaking stuff. Well, Manchester United proved to be a resilient force and see themselves through. And just like that, for us, our Champions League hopes vanish. Alright, well, that's a hard one to take for sure. We're not moving on, but Bayern Munich, Manchester City, and Paris Saint-Germain are, unfortunately for us, our rivals still have a shot at the title. But we got 2 league games coming up, and then international duty will strike, and Ilias Husni has pledged his allegiance to France moving forwards. We are now the manager of the French national team, and I think with that in mind, the youngster would like to have a shot. He knows we know what he's capable of, and with a real chance at making probably even the starting 11 for France, I think it is a valuable call-up for us. On the bright side, we are still first in the league despite our Champions League and League Cup woes. So with that said, we're gonna get back to the games. Let's get to it. Alright, well, we won't waste any time. We'll get straight into this game. Brest definitely started off the better team in this one. And I think you can just tell we're a little demoralized after that game against Man U. But we managed to hold on for the whole first half. Not a lot of action despite a couple of chances in and around our goal. But Ilias Husni with a lovely assist there finds Romain Perraud. Our absolutely outstanding left back scores yet again. And this time it's from a pretty clever free kick routine that had to be inch perfect from Husni. And how about that for the finish? Bouncing through the legs of the defender and into the back of the net. So 1-0 up, we take full control of this game, and then Ilias Husni slipped through, not going to mess around with this finish at all. Clean past the goalkeeper, hard and low. Just like that, we take a commanding 2-0 lead of the game. And we just keep going on the counterattack. We have so many pacey players, and against the high back line, we are able to capitalize. Outstanding flashy finish from Gaetan Lora, who makes it 3, the back heel in front of goal. Well, I guess the question was going to be, after that defeat against Man U, how would the players respond? And so far, so good. Veretout tries his luck from distance, but not able to see that one through on goal. And then just off of a little counterattack here, it's Martini who finds himself clean one-on-one with Luka Zidane to finish and pull just a little bit closer to finding us on the scoreline. But 3-1 and a 92nd minute breakaway. Gaetan Lora goes on to make it 4, put the game to bed without any doubt. And just like that, I think we've bounced back to our best. So another 3 points in the league. Things are looking good there. Alright, well, in the meantime, with international duty coming up, 6 players we've called up to France. I'll show the full team in just a minute. You guys voted on the Discord, but also Alexandru Mitrita, who we haven't really seen this season, as well as Samuel Piet, called up to Romania and Canada, respectively. But we have Saint Etienne up next. They've given us a tough go over the last few seasons, so expect this to be a hard-fought one. And with that said, let's get to it. Alright, here we go, taking on Saint Etienne, and with a pretty commanding lead on the league so far. I mean, I think unless some kind of miracle happens with the teams behind us, this is kind of our title for the taking. But Saint Etienne definitely giving us a run for our money here. A lot of attacking power, they're just getting forwards in numbers, but neither team really too many concrete chances, and then everything falls apart there with another red card. We have so many players capable of drawing in fouls like that. To be perfectly honest, I think that's a little harsh. Did not look too bad at all. But 18 minutes in now, we gotta start flexing our offensive muscles against a 10-man Saint Etienne side. Ilias Husni scores the first goal with a lovely little rebound there. Just read the ball right. Gaetan Lora a little unlucky to not score the first. But I think the game looks a little bit easier from here on out. Felipe Anderson plays in Gaetan Lora, who is through on goal, always going to finish in those circumstances. And going into halftime at 2-0, things look great. But hold your horses, some issues with the recording software aside, it's an outstanding strike from distance. Saint Etienne pull one back just before the halftime whistle at 43 minutes. And then into the second half, just an incisive pass into the box. Finds a second goal. Well, where has this come from? 10 men down. They've really showed up here in the second 45, or I guess 47, 48 minutes just before halftime with that first goal, and they managed to grab a point. 2-2. It's another disappointing result for Paris FC, who seem to have gotten things together here in our last league game, but just like that, we drop points. That one hurts. Alright, well, no need to panic just yet. 29 games into the season, we are still 13 points clear of second place. Marseille do have a game in hand, so that could come down to 10, but I think things are looking fairly comfortable for us now. So it's time to shift gears, get to international duty. I had all of you in the Discord vote on who you'd like to see line up. Feel free to join that link in the description if you haven't already, but it's going to be a front three: Mbappe, Laura, Husni. Midfield, it's Pogba, an aging Kante who is down to an 86, but still a great player. And then the younger Camavinga, who's really coming into his own, high work rates, he can kind of do it all. But I think the standout here is our back line. Hernandez at 90 overall, Koundé and Varane 89, 88, and then Mukiele, the weaker on paper of them all, but still a great player. And with an 89 rated Maignan between the sticks, I mean, we're kind of stacked all over the pitch. We have other options. Perraud and Veretout, obviously from our Paris FC team, make the bench. I think they're both really solid options. Upamecano, maybe we could find a way to fit him or Diaby or Dembele into the team, all extremely highly rated players. So we're going to use this break to figure out who the best of them are, what formation we want to use going into the World Cup, and we're going to have a lot of tough decisions to make. Let's get to it. Alright, here we go. It is our first official game in charge of the French national team. We obviously have two of our players, Husni and Laura, starting up top. I'm hoping that that chemistry they already have can work out really well, and obviously with the best player in the world in this career mode save, Kylian Mbappe, out there on the left-hand side, this should be one of the best attacks around. We've seen what the Paris FC front three can do, and honestly, that's with Felipe Anderson, 78 rated on the left-hand side. So with even better players, I think we could be looking really good. Gaëtan Laura making a good early run into space. That's exactly what we want out of him. Mbappe moving the ball around. Just a matter of building chemistry in this team. Camavinga, great footwork, and it looked like a goal for a minute, although it didn't find the back of the net. That is unbelievable play from this French team already. Ilias Husni looking to slide through Laura. Not quite coming off for him, but he's making the runs that we're familiar with. We know what kind of player to expect with Gaëtan Laura. He's maybe not the single most technical, but he's really fast. He will get in those good positions, and he can even pick out a pass here, finding Kylian Mbappe, just seen out by the goalkeeper. Great chance there. I think we're going to see a lot of goals out of him. Shocking mistake, though, from Varane leads to a good chance for Norway, who are still in this game 45 minutes in. It hasn't really been great stuff so far from France, but it's our first game. Like I said, it's going to take some time to figure out who our best team is. Unfortunately for us, though, just before the halftime whistle, Kylian Mbappe goes down with a nasty challenge through the back of the legs, and we're trying to still find our way through on goal. Ilias Husni inches away from that one. Still no goal, though. Raphael Varane closing down Sorloth. It's been a little disappointing from our back line, to be honest. We've conceded a fair few chances, and then it is millimeters away from their striker getting on the end of that. Mbappe coming off just to protect him in case of that injury there. And with only a couple minutes remaining, both teams still yet to really make their impact on this game. I threw a ton of subs on at this point, even Meslier in goal. I just want to see who can catch my eye. It's been a little lackluster so far. Romain Perraud, the left back, who we know from Paris FC, making a huge run down the pitch, sends it to the back post for Nkunku, who finishes. It's the two substitutes linking up to find the first goal of the game. Well, my gut instinct was to start Hernandez, who's 90 rated at left back, but if Perraud is capable of delivering those kind of balls and being a game changer, I think he's one to watch out for in this team. And Nkunku obviously coming on as a sub and scoring a goal there too, another one to watch. So all in all, not a bad learning experience for the team. Alright, well, I don't think that game was going to blow anyone away, but we'll keep trying things here, and I think especially with Mbappe out, let's just try another formation here. It's going to be a front three, Diaby, Laura, and Dembele really tightly wound with some wing backs of Hernandez and Mukiele behind them. It's a back three. I'm trying to get the most of the center backs here, get Upamecano into the fold as well. And let's see against a back five of Denmark if we can't get the job done with this kind of formation. Alright, well, in this game, trying something a little bit different. For most of this series, I've been playing a 4-3-3. I think we know the ins and outs of it. I know how to play it. If we have to fall back on that position, so be it. I think we could go into the World Cup kind of running that sort of formation, but let's try something different. So we have 3 star center backs. We can get the most of them playing a back three like this, And also our attacking talent. I think if we can get some more players central, we just might be able to get the most of the players we have at our disposal. It was a little bit disappointing from some of the attacking players last time out. We saw glimpses, but why not give a shot to all of the players that we have available to us? And one of them is Ousmane Dembele, who has all the pace in the world to get in behind, and he almost picks out Diaby. The two wingers linking up well. Dembele's had a bright start here. You can see dribbling through some players, wins a free kick in a dangerous area. We know Paul Pogba can hit them from this kind of range. What can he do here? It's a swerving ball, but not the pace on it to challenge the goalkeeper. So we're gonna switch formations again a little bit. More of a 4-3-3 sort of formation here going into the second half. It is Ilyas Husni who's gonna play just behind the striker. I don't think we saw enough out of the team last time, and I think Husni could really excel in that kind of position. Speak of that, ball over the top from Paul Pogba, picks out Husni. Instant impact 2 minutes into the second half. Well, that is the game plan coming off to perfection. Ilyas Husni, despite all of the more experienced players around him, continues to be a standout star, scoring a goal in a game that hasn't seen too much attacking prowess just yet. And here we go, little give and go here from Dembele, who's been the other bright spot on this game, picking out the pass for Husni. It is just seen out by the center back, but better stuff already from France here in the second half. It is Camavinga slipped through by Husni, didn't quite have the pace. Paul Pogba, though, running things out of midfield. It's a great ball out wide from Moussa Diaby, who's looking to make some space here, and a little back heel for Hernandez. Lays it off. Husni, another great chance, just seen out by the center back. He's been the most dangerous player all game, though, Ilyas Husni, coming on in the second half here. And on we go, Nkunku, another great player, making space for himself. And it falls as far as Husni with a clever little flick. Both players unable to get through, but it's a great bit of creativity from both of them. Ousmane Dembele picks out Mukiele, almost finds Husni. Right places at the right time, but Husni unable to find a second goal. Cracking shot there from Philip Billing, not too bad at all. Denmark had their chances for sure, but Maignan grabs that, and with only a couple seconds left in the game, that's probably going to be that. So the whistle blows. It's another 1-0 win, but to be perfectly honest, that's kind of what you get sometimes with national teams. You don't have all the time to pick out the perfect formation and tactics with, you know, limited time working with them. If we can grind out results, it doesn't matter if we get into the World Cup and can find ourselves through to a victory. So, with that said, I think it's all positive stuff. Alright, well, international duty has come to an end, but it is all eyes on the upcoming World Cup this summer in 2026. So it's up to us now to finish off this season on a high note. Champions League done, Cup games are done. We just have to grind out the last 10 or so games in the league. Taking a look at the players so far, I think Lucas Zidane, he's been a little up and down this season, but he's been consistent. He's made the most appearances for the team this season. Fair credit to him. He got the call up to the national team, despite maybe not gonna get many minutes with them. Gaëtan Laura, most goals with 26 and 11 assists. Ilyas Husni just behind him with 16 goals, 11 assists. Both of them slowed down just a little bit as of late, but I expect a strong finish to the season. Paulinho's been great with double digits in both. Soumaré's been good. Bolosian's been good. Both of our fullbacks, amazing. Tobias and Parod, shout out to them. We just have a lot of players contributing this season, a much more well-balanced team than we've seen in the past. And if you have any ideas on how to manage the team, or especially the national team coming into this World Cup, join the Discord, drop some comments, get active. Love to see you all in there. You can also check out respectthejeff.com and see all of the detailed stats for this season for Paris FC. And even feel free to drop some comments in there if you have any thoughts on the team so far. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. Helps the channel out a lot. And I will be back soon with the next episode in this Paris FC series. But until then, I'm Respect the Jeff, and I'll see you next time.